We're now going to do another paper ornament, set of paper ornaments that you can make into a little banner or just use as individual decorations or ornaments. Gift hopper thing from this A Very Merry Paper Christmas book. And again, they have, the end result is going to look like that or similar to that. And they have the templates for the ornaments in the back for all of these ornaments. There are 3 of them. One thing I found is that you can also use cookie cutters if you want. You see the templates are in the back. You can leave them this size. You can make them a little bigger. Whatever works for you. I like the cookie cutters because it's there, it's festive, it's easy. I used it's a 5-pack of glitter paper. They're 5 sheets, but it is very sparkly, very exciting. I was particularly enamored of the very bright pink. I might actually make one out of the sparkly black glitter paper. I have cut everything out, including the glitter paper, and I folded the unicorn things vaguely in half, pretty much in half. I did measure because they're a weird shape. I did measure, and I did make some markings on the back. Since they're all going to be glued together, doesn't really matter. And what I did is I figured out I didn't fold the glitter paper, but I do plan to glue each piece on and then fold it from there. Add glue as necessary. You might have to glue a little extra along the edges. I have cut out, I used the cookie cutter to cut out stars and Christmas trees, and I have cut those out of the glitter paper and folded them in half. So for the stars, because they're little, I cut out 5 stars. Trying to get the edges covered where there's some glue, but it's not a large amount, so that it doesn't bleed out. Again, that's why I like doing the metallic glue. Even if it does bleed out a little bit, it still looks really festive. And this is why I like to have a couple of projects going. I'm just going to give that some time to dry, at least to set. So now I'm going to glue the trees. If you don't feel like trimming the edges, you can add, glitter. You can probably just use the metallic glue and just trim up the edges and add stuff. So I always like to have time for my glue to set and dry. Sometimes one side fits a little better than the other. So I think I'm going to glue these 2 sides together since there's not a huge amount of white space. you look, I've glued everything together. There is, you could put some sort of a wire or like a pipe cleaner in there if you wanted to hang this up. And I usually just, when I let it dry, I usually just have it standing up like that. Okay, and for the trees, see, I'm just squishing, I'm just pinching the sides together so that it's flattened and it's gonna dry. I would make sure that there's no glue coming off the bottom of the tree, because you'll glue it to the table or whatever it's set on, and that's maybe not a level of permanence that you're wanting. The glue has dried on the unicorn crafts, and as you can see, I folded the glitter paper on all of them. And phase 2 of gluing, the glue has dried, and now I'm ready to finish gluing all the unicorn's pieces together. Finished gluing. I'm gonna try to maybe hang on to it. If you're using thicker cardstock or thicker paper, the glitter paper is actually not that heavy, but the unicorn pictures were, which is fine. But as you can see, there's a kind of a hole in the center, which is fine. Makes it easier to hang things up. So there is still a little bit of a hole in the top, so I'm going to use one of the pipe cleaners. So I'm just gonna cut about a third of it off. It doesn't need to be that big. So I'm gonna hope that it wants to cut, yes. And then for this, I'm just going to put some of the glue, providing that it wants to actually So now we have this. So I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to let the glue dry. So try to remove a little bit of the excess. And this, I actually have enough space in the top to make a loop. For this, I might actually put in a little extra glue because it does tend to be a little heavier than the star, which is actually really pretty lightweight. So I'm going to leave that to dry. So for the tree, I'm actually going to there's enough room to put in a little piece of the pipe cleaner, so I'm going to very carefully get some glue, and hopefully the pipe cleaner. Okay, good deal. All right, and let those dry and attach it to the garland later.